What's good, y'all? It's Lucky Luch here. Welcome back to my room and my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing and giving you guys details on my second daily driver. This is called the Citizen Zenshin 3-hand. I like to call it the Citizen Zenshin Eco Drive Titanium because that sounds way more badass. This is also known as the AW0130-850. That does not sound sexy at all. So before I start reviewing the watch and giving you guys all the details on it, I did sell my Yema Urban Traveler to acquire this watch, and I had some money left over, which is always nice. Because when I initially bought that watch, I thought it was going to be in my collection for a long time. That watch cost me close to $800. It was an integrated sports watch, which y'all know I love those. I've owned so many different types. Yeah, I was just so set and so hype about it. And after owning it for a year, I didn't like the weight. One, like, it was a very heavy watch. It was heavier than my dive watch, which is my Orient Ray 2. I wear that thing all the time. But I just overall just didn't love wearing it. And it was a stunner on the wrist. I got compliments all the time on it. But ultimately, I think the weight, the rotor could be like a little loud. That wasn't that big of a deal though. And just like the lack of features, I think I also wanted a watch that was a little bit more, I guess, functional for my personal day-to-day life. Now back to the Citizen. So the Citizen Zenshin 3-hand has been acquired with this salmon dial. Depending on the light, it can look a little bit orange, but does stay true to the salmon color. Now, this comes with a case diameter of 39 millimeters, 10 millimeters thickness, 20 millimeters lug width, and 46.5 millimeter lug to lug. The movement in here is the Citizen Eco Drive, which is a solar movement, meaning that this watch can be powered by the sun or any light source. This has a sapphire crystal, a titanium integrated bracelet, and a fold-over clasp with 2 holes for micro adjustment. The color of the watch is a little bit dark due to the titanium, but there is some polishing both on the bezel, the crown, and third, in between the links of the bracelet, you can see there's some polishing. The weight, 98 grams, and the water resistance, 100 meters. Perfect. Now, those are the main details of the watch. Let's get into the pros, the cons, and maybe some neutrals. I want to start with the pros of this watch, and most of them have to do with the dial and the legibility. If I have this watch in my hand, I'm a few feet away from my phone recording this, and you can still tell that this is a salmon dial. I think the color of this watch absolutely pops. And the titanium's like a grayish color. It kind of matches the shirt that I'm wearing currently. I either wear like earth tones or cool tones. And so if I wear like a navy blue, the salmon goes with it pretty well. If I wear like a green or like a darker like olive green, this goes with it pretty well. And if I wear black or white, this pops out. Citizen could have made this watch flat, but the chapter ring is like a little bit indented. So you can see like those little hash marks. That's the chapter ring. It looks like it's like dug in or behind the main dial of the watch. So it actually gives this watch some surprising depth to it. So it's the gray making the salmon pop, and then the white hour markers and the white hour and minute hand makes this thing super easy to read. Like sometimes if I'm on the train that's crowded, I can just like pull the cuff of my jacket or my hoodie back and just read the time, read the day and the date, and be good. I obviously can do that on my phone, but I've been trying to get away from my phone and from screens. My screen time has actually gone down because I wear watches and I read books. Won't you look at that? So yeah, this watch is super legible, super easy to read. I think it adds a pop of color and looks really nice. It also provides a lot of functionality because of the day-date complication. I live in the Bronx. I live in New York City, and I'm always on the move. And there's just some days where I'm just out 2 or 3 days in a row, and I forget what freaking day it is, what the date is. And I just look down, and I always have it on me. Isn't that so convenient? We also have the solar movement, which I'm a fan of. You can even check my G-Shock video because that was a solar watch. What I like about the EcoDrive is that it can be powered by a light source. It can be powered by the sun. And these things can run for years and years and years and years and like don't have to be serviced or anything. The movement is plus or minus 15 seconds a month. A month, y'all. That is so dang accurate. And so if I'm wearing my automatic watches, I can just pick this up knowing that it's going to, one, look good, feel good. I'm going to be able to tell the time easy. And then I can put this down, not wear it for a while. No, it's going to still be charged and running by the time I pick it back up. I think all that stuff is pretty cool. Also the weight, the fact this is 98 grams, I put it on and I know that I have a watch on my wrist, but I don't feel like its presence so much. It's just, it's on my wrist. I'm doing my thing and I ain't really got to worry about it. Also, titanium is super durable. Now let's get to the cons. The first thing I immediately noticed is the bracelet. The bracelet, this thing is it's so noisy. I'm not a fan of noisy bracelets, so that's a huge con for me. It also ties in with the titanium. It takes a little while to get used to because it's so light and has like a texture to it that I can't really explain to. And some people think that it's so light. This watch is so light that it feels cheap. I don't necessarily think that, but there are a lot of people that think that. All of those cons are just one collective con from the titanium, that it does take a while to get used to. It does have a little bit of a texture on it, and some people think it's so light that it feels cheap. I don't believe in that last one, but the first couple are true. The other thing that I immediately noticed, I think there's like a lack of reflective coating on here. The stuff can shine off of it and literally get in the way of telling you the time. Even though this watch is super legible and looks awesome, just stuff reflect off it like from the distance. It can be a little bit of an annoyance if you're trying to check the time. I do get a pretty good fit on this watch, but there's only 2 holes here for micro adjustment. Yo, if there was a third, I can get the ultimate fit on this watch. This watch feels more like a great day than it does a dream fit, right? A dream would be the perfect day. Instead, this is just a very good day. Super nitpicky. But I think that's it for the cons. There's also things that I'm just like neutral about, that I'm just like, okay, this watch has that. No big deal. Is the polishing. Now, I think it's super unique that Citizen polished the bezel of this watch. They polished the crown. They polished the middle parts of the links, but they didn't polish the rest of the watch. I know titanium is durable. It could also be easy to scratch, so I think they did that to make sure it doesn't like get damaged, that it can pick up scratches so easily. They're like, you know what? Let's just polish pieces of this watch that matter and leave the rest. And once again, I think it adds an additional dimension to the watch. I think it adds some coolness to the watch. I don't love it nor hate it. Now, if the watch has too much polish, I would put that as a con. But I don't think this watch is that shiny. If the watch was super matte and dull, it would be a con. But I don't know. I don't find it that dull. I think this watch has a lot of personality. So therefore, I'm putting the polishing in the neutral. Oh, and the lume. I don't have great lume shots of this. The lume is okay. It's serviceable. I'm not a big lume person. I don't need my watches to have the best lume. Some watches that I own don't have lume because they're just old. But if you're a lume person, the lume watch on this watch, the lume watch, the lume on this watch is okay. It's all right. This might not be the watch for you if you think titanium feels cheap, or if you want a watch that has like the craziest lume you've ever seen. This does not have that. I've had a lot of fun wearing this watch. It's been a cool little adventure trying to find the perfect integrated watch, or the perfect integrated watch for me. And I think we found one. I hope that this watch is in my collection for a long time because I really do enjoy it. I would have never thought that I'd ever own a Citizen EcoDrive, but here we are. This watch is good looking, comes in a lot of different colors. It's super light and wearable. It's a great set it and forget it. It does take a little while to get used to, so please keep that in mind. But this covers all the bases of what you want in a good solid watch. 100 meters water resistant, sapphire crystal, very accurate. You have the day and the date, so you know where you are at all times. And I like that about this watch. This is why the Citizen Senshin 3-hand has become my second daily. And I love that. Thank you all for being here. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, subscribe, check out all my other videos. I'll see you next time. We'll talk soon. Peace.